So hello everyone, this is the Sports Show podcast, and today we're joined with Gerard Hughes. How are you, mate?
Oh, good, Dor. How's yourself, mate?
All good, mate. All good. Let's get straight into it, mate. What got you started into boxing?
Mate, I got started in the boxing. Not really. It was sort of. I wasn't really into anything else. Like, I didn't really do football, hurling, GAA. I actually started in karate. Um, and what happened was the story. What happened was you get we like contact gloves on in karate, and I was hitting. You weren't allowed to hit the kid like the other kids, but I was hitting the other kids with the gloves on, and the the instructor was cracking up and going. I was only young at this stage. I was only maybe freaking 8 or 9, and the instructor was going, "George, you can't be doing that," you know. And then I think he spoke to my dad and said about boxing, and then basically from then on in, it was just I went to a boxing club, and it was just boxing.
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, tell us a wee bit about your amateur career. What sort of achievements do you have?
Mm. I was obviously amateur from I started out, and I had to be honest. The very start, the club I was with, I didn't actually really fight much. It was just club shows and not much tournaments. And then I'd been down. It started in the Immaculata, and then I went to Holy Family after that, and that's when I started. And I was in the Belfast Met, the boxing academy, and that's when sort of started winning things and getting good because I was getting proper coaching. You know,
Yeah,
the club I was in I wasn't really getting the best of coaching. I was getting coaching, but there was just a different level of coaching. You were getting a lot more time as well, and it was being put on teams to go away and box. And in 2020, I won a national title in the national stadium. So yeah, I met then there in October 2020, 2021. I'd won an Ulster title as well. So I
yeah, and you've been out of the ring for a wee bit as well. You're just itching to get back in.
can't wait. Just like at this stage now, like this fight, I was meant to be on that Mark Dunlap show, and it fell through, and there was fights before that fell through, and this one came up, and we knew that it was at the same date of Polly fighting, for the world title in Germany. And you know, the big downfall was I'm sort of going with no coach, and a few people has actually told me that I probably shouldn't be doing it, but at the end of the day, I need to kick on. I need to start somewhere. So I'm starting. I'm going over now. I'm not actually going over on my own. I've a coach coming over with me, but I don't have D there.
Yeah,
And then over there'll be people like my manager Kevin. He's gonna look after me over there. So no mate. So I just took it, just bet at the chance to get a fight. You know.
yeah, yeah. And because you had a good amateur career as well, do you think that sort of made your decision to go pro a wee bit easier for you?
Yeah, mate. See, to be honest, it was like what I had a problem with. You were always waiting, like you were waiting for the amateur board to announce tournaments, and so you were training. Don't get me wrong; it's fucking great to train all year round, like, but you were waiting around. You were waiting around maybe like 6 odd months at a time, just training and having nothing at least. You know, and you're waiting for somebody else to basically dictate when you were going to fight. Do you know that way?
Yeah,
With the pro, obviously, now fucking, I haven't had a fight yet. Pardon my language, but obviously one coming up here. But at least you've more leeway. It's you controlling it and your manager and stuff. So yeah, mate, it was an easy enough decision when I spoke to Dee and stuff, and I spoke to Kevin. I spoke to a few other managers and promoters, and Kevin I thought was the best fit.
yeah. And of course, as we said there, you're fighting on the 22nd of October.
Yeah,
How ready are you? How's your training been? All this sort of stuff for your fight?
mate, training's been great. To be honest, I don't do anything else other than train, mate. I train all year round. Dad training. I was actually helping. See, so there was a date in August that I was getting ready for, so I was ramping it up for then, and then that fell through, and then Conor announced his fight in September, so I was then coming in for sparring, helping Conor for sparring, and then I was then meant to be on the Mark Dunlap show, and then this fell through. So mate, I've probably been training with the idea of a fight happening
Yeah.
from maybe May or June. So it's just been balancing, you know, the like
Mm.
ups and downs, and just trying to, not overdo it, that way. But I can't wait to get this over me so I can have just maybe a few days break, do just a reset, because I've been training for the last 2 years, and then obviously I've been ramping it up the past few months. So it'll be good to get a break just to reset and refocus and then get back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And do you have an opponent in this year? I haven't seen anything online. I don't know if you have an opponent. If you've done any research or anything on him or what?
So we have the opponent, but he hasn't been announced yet. He's from over there, so again, mate, friggin', I get in fight anybody at this stage. You know what I mean? Friggin', but Dee's had a look at the opponent and stuff, and yeah, we know what to do. We know what we need to do with him. You know, but I think the opponent's been announced here next week or the week after, so it'll be announced closer to the fight, not we?
Yeah, and just you touched on earlier, teammate Big Pony McCrory fight for the world title. Unbelievable opportunity for him, but are you just reading you're not going to be there live?
I know, mate, actually, because before this, we were actually buzzing because I was going, frig, if I get on this Mark Dunlap show, I can then go. You know, the whole team was going to go over. And then when I spoke to when I spoke to Kevin, Kevin said about this opportunity, and I just took it, mate, and I'm actually raging that I'm not going over because everybody, the whole gym's going over, basically. And like people that are connected to the gym and stuff, it's great that he's getting the support he is. And he's looking sharp and sparring and stuff. There last Friday I was sparring and was down with him sparring. He's looking sharp, like, so I can't wait to see him. Get the IBO title, you know, because I definitely think without a doubt he wins that fight, you know.
Yeah. And what do you think's going to be next for him then? Because obviously he's moving up the light heavyweight as well, isn't he?
He is. So he's going up a weight for this fight. But again, like, if Potty puts on a performance at that weight, you know, friggin',
I know.
If he goes and knocks this guy out, he's knocked the guy out above him. So, you know, don't get me wrong, Potty's moving up. But then there's the argument for to say, well, he could maybe be a light heavyweight. There's probably saying that, you know, there's probably as much opportunities, especially if he gets a world title at light heavyweight, than there is with him at super middle. Do you know what I mean? So, no, mate, here I think once Potty wins this, the world's like they were always talking about Potty being so many fights away from that big fight, and he's now there. Do you know what I mean? If he wins this fight, you know, you never know, mate. Any of the champions can take him as a voluntary defence, or, you know, the IBO. You know, you never know how. Like, he's been put in this position, so, mate, it's mad how boxing works. You know what I mean? You would never rule it. You know?
Yeah, and you have your own business and all set up as well, don't you? What's that? How's that going for you?
I'm at Lethal. I was sort of full-time boxing before the lockdown, and then I've been doing a wee bit of just boxing with pads and stuff, and a bit of coaching in where I am now, Ballycastle. My family live down here, and I'm originally from Belfast, but my family moved down here a few years ago. Right. But when the lockdown happened, I came back down here, and then I sort of seen a wee niche down here. There was no PTs at all, and there was no boxing club. I was like, frig, I can I'm a qualified PT and I'm a boxing coach, so I'm sort of missing the trick here. And I started it, mate, and it's flat out. You know, it is flat out for me. And then I'm managing the gym and stuff down here, so, mate, it's friggin', life's great. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what I mean when I'm not in, like, literally the day I was in for training in Belfast down Glen, and then I literally go home, do my second session, eat, and I'm straight back in the gym again. So I'm always in that environment. You know what I mean? You don't really ever switch off, and you just live it, like, you know.
Yeah. And the last question I was going to say then, there's a big boxing fight here on Saturday, Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr. What are you saying? What's your prediction?
I don't know, mate. To be honest, I don't think Eubank would take it if he didn't think that the weight was going to affect him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are saying, oh, the weight, but I don't think Eubank would have took it if he had a thought, well, frig, if I don't make this weight well, or anything like that, you know, I'm putting myself out of danger. I think, and I know I've seen a few videos and stuff of people saying that he made the super middleweight limit or the middleweight limit quite easy. So you never know, mate. He seems confident. You know, me personally, I can't see anything other than a Eubank win. But, mate, I'd love, like, I like Conor Benn. I love his style and love how he is. But I'd love Conor Benn to do it. But I just can't see, you know, a way he beats him, really. Because he even made that last fight. You know, you had Williams, who fought in Eubank's last fight. Yeah. Williams. And Eubank was knocking Williams down. Williams is a big lad, going backwards with a jab. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, mate. You know, the Eubank sort of has this sort of like aura about him. You don't really know what he's at. You know, mind games and all the rest of it. So he's a bit like Fury in that regard. You know,
Yeah.
you don't know where to land. Like he's putting frigging videos of him eating burgers and all the rest of it. You don't know, mate. I think it's all mind games, but I can't see him not winning. Like, do you know what I mean? And I actually think it probably. Do you know what? I say this. I think it probably goes to the points. Do you know, obviously, because I think Ben's maybe a lot tougher than people are giving him for. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's probably a points decision. You never know. There could be a second fight in the works. So it's a big money fight. You know, if it's a good fight, people will want to see it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, Gerard, thank you very much, mate, for coming on. It's a pleasure to have you on. We'll talk soon.
100%. Thank you very much.
Yes, mate. See you later. Thank you.
Yes, mate.